Alright, rather than climb around under the car and show you how this all goes in, I decided to, well, I was forced to take it all out. I started off wanting to remove the master cylinder. So I undid these two bolts that hold it to the frame. Well, actually first I tried to disconnect the brake line, but see what happened to the brake line. It was so rusty it just came apart. So then I took the two bolts out. Could not get this loose, so I went up to the firewall, disconnected the remote filler tube from the firewall, and decided I'd just drop it all at the same time. Master cylinder, filler tube, remote filler. Master cylinder wouldn't come out. The plunger, the push rod, is held in place by like a washer, like retainer, that right there, which is held in place with this snap ring. Couldn't get the this retainer ring. I could not get it out. It was rusted and seized. Banged on it, would not budge. So I decided, okay, I'll disconnect it here. Take the cotter pin out of the clevis pin, push the clevis pin out. Then I can take the master cylinder, filler tube, and push rod all out at the same time. This clevis pin was seized to this piece here. It wasn't seized to this piece, so it would actually pivot, but it was seized in this piece. It was seized so bad that it crossed my mind that it was some type of press fit, which didn't make sense because why would I have a cotter pin? So, so I decided, okay, I've got to take the pedal out. So you pop the hood, you need about a 3-foot extension for your ratchet to undo this bolt from the motor compartment, and you can pull the pedal out of the floor. Then there's this snap ring on the pivot shaft that you need some snap ring pliers, some good ones, and you can pop this ring off, and then this will slide off. So I wound up with this, the pedal being removed. And now the whole thing dropped out. I had to put this in a vise and try to push it out, and I finally got it out. And of course it falls in and out nice and easy, but after wire wheeling it, I realized that it was just literally frozen in there with rust. I didn't realize rust could lock up so bad. So after removing these two components, I was able to use this as a slide hammer. After I popped this retainer, spring retainer off, I was used this as a slide hammer, and finally popped the retainer out. So that's how I got the master cylinder out. I just had to keep taking pieces off. Then I had to heat this up. I had to heat it up here to break this loose, and I had to heat it here to break this loose. And the master cylinder's got some rust in it. I have to clean that out, try to dissolve that, and hopefully I can hone it, and hopefully it's not too pitted. This cap right here, I had to heat this up to get this off. I had to heat it here to get this off because it's all boogered up from somebody else trying to get it off. I did find a new one on the internet that was brand new. Came with the cork gasket, and it also came with the little splash shield. So that'll go back together. I'm going to replace this line with stainless steel. It's got a little, instead of a flare, it's just got a ferrule on it, brass ferrule, actually on both ends. no flare. I think that's kind of strange.